The Woman Who Cries by the River, a Texas Tragedy. Let me ask you something that might sound a little crazy, but it's important for the story we're about to talk about. If on a perfectly quiet night, you suddenly heard the sound of a woman crying near a body of water, not screaming, not asking for help, but softly sobbing in a way that cuts straight into your chest, would you be curious enough to step outside and look for the source of that sound? Because in South Texas, especially in areas shaped by old rivers, there's a belief that's been passed down for generations. If you follow that crying voice, you may not come back alone. Or worse, you may not come back at all. And this isn't just another ghost story. This is a true account wrapped in an ancient legend involving a modern construction project that accidentally disturbed something that should have been left sleeping beneath dark, cold water. The story centers around the Diaz family. On paper, they were living the American dream, optimistic, hopeful, and ready for a fresh start. They made the decision to leave behind the noise and pressure of New York City in exchange for what they believed would be a calmer, safer life in rural Texas. Better air, more space, a better place to raise children, and most importantly, an incredible career opportunity for the father of the family. Diaz was a structural engineer, a man of logic, of numbers, of concrete facts. He believed in what could be measured, calculated, and proven. Superstition had no place in his world. And the reason for the move was simple. Diaz had been offered a prestigious role as the lead supervisor on the construction of a new dam built over an old river just outside a small Texas town. It was the kind of project you don't turn down. A dam designed to control water, protect communities, and boost the local economy. But in doing so, it awakened something that had been crying along that riverbank long before blueprints ever existed. To Diaz, the project was everything: calculations, materials, schedules. To his wife, Malia, it felt like a mistake from the moment they arrived. Malia was the complete opposite of her husband. Where Diaz relied on logic, Malia relied on instinct. She was deeply sensitive to atmosphere, emotion, and the subtle feeling that something was off.
And from the very first night in their new home, located uncomfortably close to the river, she felt it. The house itself. Not wind, not coyotes, not any familiar nighttime sound. It was crying. Soft, distant, but overflowing with unbearable sorrow. When Malia tried to tell Diaz about it, he brushed it off with an easy smile. "It's probably just coyotes, honey," he said, turning over in bed. "Or the wind carrying sound from the trees along the river. You're just exhausted from the move." But Malia knew the difference. She wasn't hearing nature. She was hearing grief. The children start to hear her. At first, Malia kept the crying to herself. She didn't want to scare the kids. Their daughter, Dora, was still young, quiet, imaginative, the kind of child who could sit alone for hours, drawing pictures and talking to her dolls. Their son, Ronald, was older, curious, and stubbornly brave in the way kids often are when they don't yet understand fear. But the house had other plans. Only a week after moving in, Dora began asking strange questions. One afternoon, while Malia was unpacking boxes in the living room, Dora gently tugged at her sleeve and asked, almost casually, "Mom, why is the lady always sad at night?" Malia froze. She crouched down to Dora's eye level and forced a smile. "What lady, sweetheart?" Dora pointed toward the back of the house, toward the river. "The one who cries. She sounds cold." That night, Malia didn't sleep at all. When Malia told Diaz what Dora had said, he laughed. Not cruelly, not dismissively, but confidently. "Kids pick up on stuff," he said. "They hear one thing, imagine the rest. Dora probably heard you talking or caught the sound of animals outside." Malia wanted to argue, but deep down, she hoped he was right, because the alternative was unthinkable. As the dam construction progressed, the river began to change. Its flow slowed unnaturally. The waterline dropped, exposing mud and debris that hadn't seen daylight in decades. And with it came the smell, a damp, rotten odor that clung to the air after sunset. That was when Ronald started sleepwalking. Every few nights, Malia would wake up to the sound of the back door creaking open. She would rush down the hallway and find Ronald standing barefoot on the porch, eyes open, expression blank, facing the river. Not moving, just listening. When she shook him awake, he would flinch violently and ask the same question every time. Why was she calling my name? Eventually, Malia couldn't take it anymore.
She spoke to one of the older women in town, a lifelong resident, hoping for reassurance. Instead, she got a warning. When Milea described the crying, the river, and the dam, the woman's face drained of color. She crossed herself and whispered, "She's angry." Milea asked who she was. The woman hesitated, then finally said the name out loud. La Llorona, the weeping woman, a spirit said to wander rivers and canals, mourning the children she drowned long ago and searching endlessly for replacements. "She follows water," the woman said quietly, "and she follows children." Milea drove home. The final night began quietly, too quietly. No insects, no wind, no river sounds, just silence. Around 3 a.m., Milea woke up to an empty bed. Diaz was gone. She rushed outside and saw him standing near the riverbank, wearing his work boots, staring at the water. "Diaz!" she screamed. He turned slowly, his face pale, eyes unfocused. "She was crying," he said calmly. "She said the dam trapped her children." Behind him, the river began to ripple. Then came the sound, not distant anymore, not soft. A woman's wail, raw, broken, filled with centuries of grief. From the water, a figure emerged, tall, drenched, hair hanging over a hollow face, and in her arms, something that moved. Milea ran. She screamed for the kids, but Dora was already at the window, smiling. "She found us, Mommy." By morning, the dam project was shut down. The river flooded unexpectedly, destroying equipment and washing away entire sections of the site. Diaz's body was never recovered. Dora vanished without a trace. Ronald survived, but never spoke again. He now lives with relatives far from Texas, and according to family members, he refuses to go near water. As for Milea, she still hears crying, even miles away from. In South Texas, construction crews still refuse to work near old rivers after dark. Locals say if you hear a woman crying by the water, do not follow her, do not answer her, and never let your children near the river at night, because La Llorona is still searching, and she never cries alone.